so no front. Kandi and Garrett, yeah, we say what you want. Real life, real stories, yeah, we keep it real. If you're looking for the truth, this is how it feel. Conversations that matter, yeah, we bringing it out. From the highs to the lows, yeah, we talking it out. No fluff, no cap.
Hey guys, so you don't miss another episode of Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett, why don't you just hit right below? You're going to see that follow or subscribe button. Hit that right now to make sure you don't miss another episode. Welcome back to Real Talk with Kandi Thompson
and Garrett Gray.
So guys, so in the next couple weeks, you're going to start to notice that our studio backdrop might change just a touch. We're hoping to make it look similar, but we are going to be migrating into Studio 49.
Studio 49.
Instead of Studio Divine.
Because we like to rhyme. Dude, I'm telling you, it's
You're
super
a lyrical
good.
gangster.
Lyrical gangster. Dr. Seuss. Now we're back. No, but okay, how do we get this? Is that just corrugated steel that you just were just...
I love corrugated steel. And so
you actually find it like this and pay more for it, or you just go get these?
No, we find it like this.
It's free.
Every bit of
Nice.
corrugated steel
free.
I have is free.
Yeah, it should be.
So a lot of the rooms in my office, like if you walk into James's office, all the wood on the wall, that's just barn wood that we got. Somebody had us tear down a barn on their property before we sold their property. This corrugated steel came from a couple of different places, but like there's, properties. We had one property where one of my agents was like, oh my gosh, this guy has to tear down this shed. I'm like, oh, can we have all that corrugated steel? Yeah. So we have a pile of it at home.
Nice.
And God bless Adam,
so
he makes it into walls. Yeah.
Water into wine.
Yeah. So what we'll do over there though, is we'll have like kind of a portable one because you and I will use it and somebody else could use it too, but we
different backdrop styles. Yeah.
We'll have to like push it in. And
what do you think? I'm already picturing, what is it, that chalkboard like wheel, and you just...
Yeah. That's what I thought. We'll have it on a frame where whoop, and then you go, yep. Adam, is it even?
Well, all the other ones could be just pull down papers. So.
Yeah. So no, but we are very excited, guys. That's something that we have been working toward. And so we are within the next 4 weeks, we will definitely be coming to you from Studio 49, but we're hoping to probably do the next, in a couple of weeks, start the podcast.
Yeah, stay up on some of the shorts because you're going to see some work being done.
Yes.
We're just going to start having it's just going to be one of those like vlogging statuses at that point.
So fun. So
fun.
Anyway, you did just mention Dr. Seuss, and he's one of my very favorite in the whole world. If you walk into my office, I have a shelf on my office bookshelf that is Dr. Seuss books. What's your favorite Dr. Seuss book?
Classic Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like them. No, sir, no, ma'am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
Is that literally how it goes? No, sir, no, ma'am?
Yep.
That is hilarious that you know that exact thing.
It's my favorite book.
I love it. Okay, so...
and it's also like the only one I can actually read, so...
Okay, there you go. That makes a lot more sense now.
Right.
My favorite with my girls growing up was the sleep book.
The sleep book?
Yes, and it's so much fun. It talks about like all the people in Seuss world that are going to sleep. And it is like, you literally feel like you're a lyrical gangster by the time you're done with that. You do. Like you're reading all these things and it's a really long book, so it puts them to sleep.
You know what makes me super mad is that I'm reading these books to my kids and we'll start with like the Bible and we'll start reading. And there's going to be some words or names that I can't say. And I'm like, all right, guys, when you guys grow up, we're going to figure that one out together. And then we'll just move on.
So this is funny.
I try sometimes, and then I just go through. But then
word.
if my wife had read it before, because we read them over, and it's already been said, my oldest goes, you skipped a word. Because he knows, he may not be able to know how to read, but he knows what it sounds like because he's read it almost 20 times. So I'll be like, yeah, and he's like, Dad, you skipped a word. No, I didn't.
That's so funny. It's like you're learning very quickly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Dad,
we read to the girls
good. Great.
all the time. That was reading. It was so much fun for us with our girls from a very, very, very young age. Literally like 4 weeks old.
Really?
And I would tell Adam, like, we got to read to them in the morning. They know. And you could tell, like, if you read, now they loved like rhyming books. So like nursery rhymes.
I think there's got to be something, exactly.
Yeah,
there's got to be something like that in that kid brain.
Where it just kind of... They'd like be still and listen. But if you started reading something that wasn't rhyming, they'd start getting antsy.
Oh.
And like, they know the difference.
Yeah.
And so, now my kids will read a book this big in one day.
Nope. I never got that pleasure of sitting and just reading. Like I'm too antsy, ADHD. Like if I'm doing it something, I gotta just on the go, audiobooks were the best thing ever made. Yeah. I can't just sit there. I want to start now as I'm getting older, just take a moment to be able to read a little bit, but I can't, unless it's with my kids. I can't do it.
So I love audiobooks also, just because you can do it while you're driving.
Exactly.
Right? Like that's there. You can take that time.
I don't think you can read while driving. I've seen people do it.
No, I don't. But I mean, but it's nice. Like if you have to read something, or if you're like caught up in a book that I love books on, like audiobooks in the car but like so when I did my business internship and I had to drive from Nashville back to California, I was by myself. So 3,300 miles by myself before cell phones. Well, cell phones were out. I just didn't have one. I was like 21. And so you could stop at like all the truck stops. So like the Flying J's, and I can't remember. Oh, it almost Loves and the Flying J's were the best truck stops on the planet. And you could stop at a truck stop. They had like this little rack of, at that time it was books on tape. And they're called audio adventures. You could become a member of the club. You had your little audio adventure card and you would get a book there, or, an audio book. And then you'd drive for 4 to 6 more hours, get to another Flying J's or Loves and drop it off.
Nice.
And then get another one and go. It was so cool. It like cool. really, really helped.
I wonder if they still do that.
Probably not.
Because now you have it on your phone. That's true. I remember back in the day, I was so against reading in high school. I would go to the library and get their audiobooks on the books that we had to read for school. So like Hatchet or like A Great Gatsby or stuff like that. And I was always driving to school because it's 15 minutes one way and 15 minutes the other. So about 30 minutes a day. As I was driving to school, I wasn't listening to radio. I'd plug in my book that we were supposed to read for that day, that chapter, and listen to it down the hill as I drove.
No one wonders why his sister graduated college for him.
Yeah, it was just my final and all my other major tests. But I did all the legwork in between. I'm good at doing the work. The tests are my problem. Or writing.
And the reading.
And the reading. Yeah, but now everything's audiobook, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
I was actually call my sister and be like, hey, you're going to read this? And I'm just going to sit here and listen to you read.
Audiobooks are so cool. The one thing I love about them is that you can put it at whatever speed you want. I was listening to an audiobook yesterday at 1.5 speed because the guy just kind of talked slow. So like 1.25 wasn't fast enough. 1.5 was like the speed. And it's funny, if you ever listen to like, or even pay attention to any of the Gen Zers or even like Alpha, they don't listen to anything in regular time. I mean, it's like
it's all quick.
Isn't that so funny?
It's bypassed, yeah.
I'm like, even on their social media.
I didn't think about that.
Social media, they're listening. You're listening. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so then I think they're never going to have a conversation with me again because I can't speak at that speed. Like, we're going to bore them to death. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
I mean, it is very productive, to be honest with you, but it's like crazy how fast they listen to stuff.
I think they're just going to be more of, I'm hoping how it comes out is they'll just be more understanding of like, just get to the business, land the plane, get done, get in, get out,
Yeah, it is. It just cracks me up. And so I did actually experience that yesterday on the 1.5. It was very nice. I like to listen to stuff on 1.25, but this guy spoke really slow. So 1.5.
Now, what app do you use for audiobooks? Do you use Audible? Yeah. Is that the best one? Is there another app? I mean,
that's one my girls use.
That's what I had for a while, but.
Yeah, that's honestly, we use the one the girls use because they're the ones that are.
I'm sure growing up, Dr. Seuss isn't like your go-to anymore. What's your genre of listening to this point? Is it like I'm a big like professional development? Like it's got to mean something to me, dude. I can't just go listen to some fantasy story.
No,
right?
I don't
like,
do good at that.
I can't do it.
So this is gonna shock you. It's Christian books. So I like Christian Bible studies or
at this point now I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Bible studies or like, just commentary podcasts, listening to podcasts at 1.25 or 1.5. That's, and that we love true crime podcasts. So those are even, sometimes those aren't good really fast though, because you're not in the moment.
Yeah. You gotta like slow it down. Like that one's like 0.5.
Yes.
So she walked down the stairs.
I know, but so for the suspense, the true crime junkies out there, the podcast is Sword in the Scale. That's the best one. They're amazing. Okay. And this is one that like, it's actual like footage of like the actual 911 call, the actual interviews in the interview room. Like you're hearing their voices. It's really good. And he does a super great job. He does a gazillion of them. Like,
how does he get all that information? I've always wondered. I mean, is it public record for having that?
He has people.
He has to have people.
He does have people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but oh my gosh, he like likes to do just the ones that like literally blow your mind.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And so really, really good to listen to. And he does, I mean, his seasons, I'm not kidding, he has like 358 episodes in one season. Like means he's done one almost every day of the year.
Every
you
day.
know? Yeah.
But I mean, if you're getting paid for that, and you're just sitting there and we're able to read and just also he probably has a passion for it because it's almost like he's being a detective in a sense as well too,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
So he probably is starting to like it. Well, okay, there's that too.
Yeah. But it's really awesome, and those ones are so good. And then of course you can pay to not have the commercials. We've always just had the commercials and we fast forward through those. But yeah, so true crime is always really good. That's what I don't listen to that on a daily basis. I listen to that on road trips. That's really fun. Like we're getting ready to head to Pismo Beach in a couple weeks, and that's a 5-hour trip. So like we could get like 2 podcasts in there, you know? Yeah. So that's really fun. But it's getting a lot warmer right now. Have you noticed? I mean, like
a lot warmer.
Yeah, like wasn't it? The degree said 99 degrees.
No, yesterday I think we hit 100 because I even walked out. Where was I at? I was doing a showing or something like that, and I went and grabbed my keys. Yeah. And I'm a habit like I throw my keys sometimes in my passenger seat, just boop, and then get out of the car. But then I grabbed them, and it was like, and I'm like,
so hot.
Yeah, that's why I also don't leave pets in the car either. Perfect.
Oh my gosh. So I was at the I was at the restaurant the other day, and it was still like 89 degrees out. That's too hot for an animal in a car. And it was hilarious because I'm like, pet, like pets, kids, and old people. Like you've got my heart, all of you. And so the pet, there was this little dog in the middle of like, it looked like a Suburban kind of a vehicle. And the windows were down, and he's in the middle. And I'm like, and all the windows were down. It wasn't just but it was still too hot for him to be in there.
But I've also seen those newer cars, like the EV ones.
This was not a new car.
Oh, okay.
It was a very old car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, Adam was in a different car. We pulled up to the restaurant at the same time. Adam, this dog is in the car by itself. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too hot. It is too hot. I mean, it may not have had sun blaring through the window, but it did have sun on the top and sun coming in from the sides. It was too hot for that little guy. He was panting, and it just made me so sad. And so as we're walking in, you could see the people on the patio eyeing, like you knew that was their car. Yeah, they're keeping a very close eye, which I thought, well, at least they're keeping
trying,
a very close eye on their pet.
Yeah. That's the thing I always look at. It's like, why do you always feel like you have to bring your pet everywhere with you? Like you're going to a restaurant. I mean, okay, unless they're on vacation visiting. True. I guess. But then again, I see other people like they're going out to dinner and their dog is in the car.
You
can just leave your dog at home.
We work with a contractor that he has a dog that comes with him every single day, every job he's ever gone on. The dog does not stay home. It's with him all the time. It is the most well-behaved dog you've ever seen in your whole life.
Usually when they are like that.
And he just leaves his vehicle on. If he goes into something, he just leaves his vehicle on and the air conditioning on. Yeah. So he can be in a meeting here for 45 minutes and his car's, he has a big truck running. Yeah. For sure. He locks it. I mean, he's got the ability. He just leaves it running with the air conditioner on and his dog's totally fine. On job sites, his dog comes in with him, but when he has to stop somewhere, dog stays in the car with the air conditioner on. Our dogs are not as people friendly as that. And so we don't get to bring them.
I think they're pretty people friendly.
Well, they like you.
Oh.
Yeah. They have to like you, and we don't always know they're going to like people.
I gotcha.
So it's, you would think more. So we have a Kandi Corso and a Rottweiler. And currently we have Emily's chocolate lab. He loves everyone. Everyone's his very best friend. He's never met someone he doesn't love, right? But our two though are, they're full grown. They're like 130-pound dogs, right? Huge. And their heads are bigger than most babies. And they're just big babies. We all know this, right? But our Kandi Corso is Zeus, and he just doesn't, Kandi Corsos are protectors. That's their job. They're like, they know their people, and those are who they're going to protect. So like, if we weren't home, you'd have a better chance at navigating around our house than if we were home, because they wouldn't necessarily but if my mom's home, you're in trouble, right? Like if we're not home, but my mom is, he's still going to protect.
Well, it feels that off. Yeah. That kind of like,
I don't think I've ever taken a shower without Zeus laying outside of the door. Like it is how they are. Now Thor can be protective, and but he's just anybody that's ever had a Rottweiler, he's just a big goofy dog. Yeah. And I love him so much. From what we originally got him, there were 10 puppies. And so like my idea of exactly what I wanted him to be is exactly who he is. He's the most beautiful Rottweiler you've ever seen. He's huge. He's got the best personality. He's so sweet. And so our cleaners were over the other day, and we don't usually we just throw our dogs out. Like we don't usually introduce our cleaners to our dogs. So
did you get new cleaners?
No, they've been for years. Yeah, but like they want to meet our dogs. So they're dog people, and they're like, we'd really like to meet your dogs. And so, I mean, our dogs don't bother them. They like look through the sliding glass door, but they don't bark at them. They're out there. So the 2 weeks ago, we decided, okay, well, let's bring them in before we leave. So we always warn them of Zeus, right? Like just don't approach him fast. Don't get in his face. Just be yourself and he'll be fine, right? Zeus just has to get to warm up to you for a second, then you're going to be fine. We would never let you walk through the front door in our house with our dogs in the house. Like if we did that, that's the moment to protect.
I don't think the first time I've ever been to your guys' house, it was like the 4th or 5th time when it's like I walked in and they were already still outside. Then you let them in once I actually got sitting down. And then they were right there by my feet hanging out.
That's how they'll get to know you. So now you could walk through the front door. It's probably still a little intimidating. They are barking and crazy at the front door. That's a little scary for people. Yeah. But so that's when they would protect you though. They would protect us coming through the front door. So we put them out, let people come in, and then we can let them back in if we want to. So let them in. And I'm telling them, like, Zeus is the one that, just be cautious. Thor was the one that had an issue with them.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh my gosh, he never has an issue with anyone. Like, he just did not he barked. He was like a little, and I thought, that was really funny. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys, I was completely off on that.
Now, did you guys do trainings with your dogs and stuff like that? That you got to figure out this information of like how to let people in the house? Because again, it's like their house, right? So if you bring someone in or other animals in, you have to do a certain thing to like let them justify accepting something or someone coming into the house, right?
We didn't go through any kind of training. Adam and I, as dog people, we've always been really good at like training our dogs. So we've always been, I think I might have told you the first dog that Adam and I had as a couple, not even a married couple, just as a couple, I think I was 21, was a half black lab, half rot. And I was working a temp job at that time. I was working for, it's called Kelly Team or something like that. Anyway, Kelly Green, I think is what it was called.
What is it? Never mind.
It's just a temp agency.
Okay, gotcha.
Like when people need help, they throw you in for a couple weeks here, there, that. And I worked for over a year for that company. And so, but you could also, when you were working as a temporary employee, you could tell them like, I won't be available for an assignment from this time to this time. So when we got our puppy, I literally told them I won't be available for 3 months. I took a 3-month puppy maternity leave to raise my puppy. And needless to say, he was perfect. He was perfect. And so, but we've just always like we're always really on top of them. We're really good trainers. Our dogs are really, really good. The first time we ever took a dog to a trainer, which was in this area, Margie Blair with, what's her canine? Twin.
It's the one right over here, isn't it?
Twin cedar canine. No, she trained him. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Margie is the best. She trains like police dogs. She's really, really amazing. And her ranch is amazing. And so we got a Great Dane. We thought this is going to be a great idea. We're going to get a Great Dane. I want a Great Dane for the office because there's a door that goes from one side to the other, and I could make it a Mr. Ed door so he could stick his head out, but he couldn't actually get into like the lobby area to see the people. But aren't Great Danes supposed to be gentle giants, right?
Not all.
No, they're not all.
Not all.
Yeah, so we get this.
Corsos are more of gentle giants than the Great Dane.
He's a big baby. But Great Danes in general are supposed to be gentle giants. They're just big dogs that are like really friendly.
Now I'm picturing Beethoven.
No, you're thinking of a Saint Bernard.
So, okay.
Yeah. So think of like the great big huge, like the Marmaduke.
Yes.
Like the black and white. Yeah. So huge. They're huge.
Yeah, they are huge.
We were so excited. We actually were in Santorini when we saw it come up that there was Great Dane puppies available. So we paid for him before we even got home. Got to be the first one to pick him out of the litter. They were gray. We don't know anything about Great Danes, and we've never really done a lot of research on breeders or anything prior to this. Every dog we've ever had, We love boxers. We've had a lot of boxers. We have, we've had a chocolate half lab, half Rottweiler. And what's fun about him was his head was like as big as a Rottweiler. He was like a 140-pound dog. My very first one, his name was Kager. Anyway, we've had a lot of really great dogs, and we've never worried about the breeding. And so when we got the puppy home, he was 7 weeks old, and he was like, you would be doing something and he'd like growl at you and show his teeth. He was 7 weeks old. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never had this happen with a puppy before. So I took him to the vet and said, hey, I didn't even take him. I just said, hey, this is kind of what's happening with our dog, and we're not really sure what to do. And they said, you have to submit him. So when he does that, you have to push his head to the ground until he submits. So then he knows you're dominant, and then that'll be fine. Okay, well, we've never done this with a dog before, right? Like all this is brand new. So we submit him to the ground. He's 7 weeks old. And I'm thinking to myself, I cannot have an aggressive Great Dane, right? So I submit him, and he comes back out coming after you again. He like comes up trying to still get you. And I'm like, I'm not really sure how submission is supposed to work, but that's not well, we submitted him, like, okay. Yeah. So as he's getting bigger, and by the time he was 5 months old, he had bit 5 of us and drawn blood. So the first one, what it was is he didn't like if he had something that you were taking from him that he wasn't supposed to have, we just named every puppy on the planet, right? They get something, you have to take it away from them. They're not supposed to have it. So our cleaner was cleaning our house, and he got something while she was cleaning. She thought, oh my gosh, I went to get it, and he bit her and drew blood. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we talked to Margie. Like, Margie, what are we supposed to do? She's like, you got to submit him. We talked to another vet. They said, you got to talk to the trainer. Like, you got to go back, or not the trainer, the breeder. You got to talk to the breeder. So we talked to the breeder, who's this like literally like puppy farm. She's breeding her Great Dane, which we did not know. Every 6 months, that Great Dane's got another litter of puppies coming out, which should not happen. We had no idea. She's charging an astronomical amount for the puppies. I mean, we paid $1,700 for him, and he wasn't papered. We don't need to have our dogs papered. I mean, if we need them full bred, I don't care if they're papered. So, anyway, just really weird. She would barely talk to us. She said it was our fault. Like, it was just this whole huge thing. And so we ended up, he was an aggressive Great Dane. And what was determined was his color. So to get the gray color, the vet and kind of all the professionals said that they mess with their temperament, that's really what goes to get that color. Well, we had no idea. But when we first went to get a puppy, the dad was outside. Mom was inside. Dad never came inside. We didn't know why. To be honest, he was in the pool. Yeah. We didn't ever think anything of that. And then later I was like, oh, there's probably a reason that we didn't get to meet Dad, So it's really made us very aware of who we get our puppies from now. Yeah. But she was horrific. That Great Dane mom died at 4 years old with a belly full of puppies. Oh my god. I'm not kidding. This lady lives in Ione. It was horrible. It was a horrible situation. Wow. I tried to report her. Like, it's just such a bad situation when people do that. And so anyway, that was a really bad experience. And we ended up having to have him put down at 2 years old. We had tried everything. I had reached out to aggressive dog rescues, big dog rescues, vets, everything that you could possibly. And I had the trainer told us, he even tried to bite the trainer. He tried to bite the trainer. She said that's when we started going to a trainer. Yeah. That was the first time we ever did. And he was probably like 4 or 5 months old. And she said, I wish you would have got him in here sooner. I don't know if it would have done any difference, because at 7 weeks he was showing his teeth. Yeah. But so he, at one point in time with her, like, dogs don't usually keep eye contact with you. That's an aggression behavior. And so she said not only did he keep eye contact with her, he stepped into it. She's like, oh yeah, no, he's an aggressive dog. So he tried to bite her. He stepped into it. Like, he was not afraid of anyone. Yeah. But he was the greatest dog. He was probably the smartest dog we had. He had a fear aggression. And it was so crazy. Like, I had so many people, like, as we were trying to find a home for him, people would say, give me 1 week with him. And I'm like, what are you going to beat him into submission? He has a fear aggression. That's not going to help. And the problem was, he was so smart. He knew when he was doing something wrong. So I mean, my whole family and all their friends knew. If Titus gets anything, you let it. I don't care if he gets the birthday cake. You let him have it. Like, you don't go after him because that's when he gets aggressive.
You just can't live like that though, either. Like, that's ridiculous.
No, and it was hard because how do you put down a perfectly healthy dog?
Yeah.
It was really bad, and so we actually ended up going on vacation. We had one of the girls' friends who'd been with him since he was a puppy, watching him, and at that time we had Zeus. Mm-hmm. We got Zeus, our Cane Corso, to be a companion for him. Maybe thought that would help, right?
Yeah.
So she knew better, but we were on our layover to our trip. We hadn't even made it to the destination yet. And she called and he tried to eat Zeus's food and she tried to take the bowl away and he bit her. And I was like, and that was it. Like, and it sounds horrible that it's okay that he bit us. But like when he bites someone else, you're in trouble, you know?
Yeah.
So we had to do the responsible thing. And before Adam had to fly home early from that, we have a really awesome vet in this area. She's actually a large animal vet. So she comes to the house and she did a euthanization with him and it was devastating. But what are you going to do? I talked to even the trainer and she's like one of the top trainers in Northern California. She said, even if you give him to a rescue, and he goes to another family and he bites someone, that's your responsibility because you already know he bites. Oh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Yeah. Now, this is when the decision was made. Like right before we went on vacation and he had
a junkyard.
He had a goat crate. He was in a goat crate. He crated at night. He was in a goat crate. And at night, right before we left, when he would be in his crate, I'd be walking to my bed, he'd show his teeth. And I was like, things aren't going super hot.
But like, or like,
no, no, like he was not excited that you were there.
What is happening? Sorry,
it's working. So anyway, that was kind of crazy. But I do right now. Speaking of pets, so that since Titus, we've trained our other dogs. Yeah. So we took Zeus to training, we took Thor to training, and Margie's amazing. And to be honest, it's not training the dog; it's training you. Oh. You're the one that needs trained. Like everything that they tell you, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to do that. Oh my gosh. So you're the one that has to be trained in order to make sure. But our dogs are always really awesome. We're super excited about them. And right now they can't go outside with more than like 83 degrees. It's too hot for them. So they've been having to come inside because they're big babies.
Right.
But it's also too hot for dogs. Dogs that have long snouts, they can actually handle temperature a little bit better, although I still don't think any dog should be outside after 83 degrees, but short snouts, they have a tougher time breathing.
Really?
Yeah. And so Corsos, and I mean, Atlas is the lab, and he would probably be okay longer in the heat, or ours, they wouldn't like.
I don't have my dogs in the heat that much, but also I have very small dogs. So it's like, they're more of like.
What do you have?
I have a Yorkie, a teacup, a little miniature York. Like the Yorkie's a miniature, but this was like the runt of the litter, so he's even smaller and he's all white. Because usually Yorkies have like that dark, spotted, tan. No, he's white, blonde. Yeah.
Why?
I think he just was the runt. He was just the one that didn't get all that
pigmentation
stuff and probably was gonna die. So my wife had to. I'll take him. He could fit inside this cup. I'm telling you right now, when we bought him, he could have fit in this cup. She sent me a picture on deployment, and she had her iPhone like this, and he was standing on the iPhone. That's how small this dog was to start.
I would have got him too.
So she's like, oh, he's so cute. And I was like, fine, you can get him. She's like, okay, good, because I already did. I'm like, perfect. But that was not before my first deployment, she went out, and she's like, my number one dog I've always wanted to get was a miniature poodle.
Okay.
So we went out in San Diego, found a breeder, and got a paper miniature poodle.
Okay.
And then he was about my palm.
How big do they get?
He's like less than my leg.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
curly
small.
hair.
Curly hair.
Oh my gosh.
He's about this big. He lives with Jordan now though. He's with my sister.
Does.
So he's
okay.
He got a little aggressive with the kids. Just food. He just really he felt like he always wanted food, and he was a little aggressive. He was smart as a whip. But as soon as the kids started coming up, he started getting this like showing teeth, and he was old, so it's like at this point you can't really change him. Yeah. So my sister, who doesn't have kids, wanted a dog, and she had a Cocker Spaniel before that just got, ran his course until. He's had to been like cute. A 200-year-old dog. Cocker Spaniels. And because we rescued him first when we were kids.
A 200-year-old dog.
Oh, shoot, he was old because we rescued him when we were in high school, and then this was probably 2 years ago that he just was downhill. Health was declining. Took him to the vet every other day, right? Just was done with. And so then she was like, well, I don't have any dogs. So we traded. I let her watch my 2 dogs first because they'd been together since they were pretty much born. So she was taking them over for a little bit. But then Simba, just being so small, was getting out of a very big house. So he ended up getting found by the pound, and he was escaping.
Oh no!
So but Jordan was paying money to get him out of the pound and stuff because he was just getting out of every little hole. So we brought him back, and then she went and bought another poodle. So now she's got 2 poodles at her house, and we have Simba, the Yorkie, and now 2 girl cats.
Oh, two girl cats.
2 girl cats.
Is that a thing?
And we just my kids wanted cats, and
I know, but like
my wife went out and got cats. But I have
in
all
dogs, it's hard to have multiple
boys.
Females.
I have no idea how that works.
With cats,
all my wife went in and said, "Oh, we only want 1. Oh, they're sisters and they're together. I guess we have to get 2."
I agree.
So now they've been outside though. The cats go outside. They will wake up, open the door, and they'll be laying there in the back of the lawn, just kind of curled up and just hanging out. And I'm like, "You guys want to come and eat food?" I'll just lay back down. I'm like,
cats
all right.
are so funny. I really want a cat. We have never been a cat person. We did not grow. My family is not animal people.
Cats aren't.
I love them, but we can't get them because our dogs wouldn't probably really like them. But I think they'd come around.
You'd be surprised. I feel like cats are more aggressive and will hold their own to bigger dogs than dogs would hold their own to little cats.
Zeus will be protective.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the poor skunk that was in our yard. It's not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Zeus is a protector. That's what he does. And he is the damn fastest dog I've ever seen in my whole life. There was 1 cat in our yard one time in our neighborhood, and he almost caught it. He's as fast as a darn cat, and the cats don't come to our yard anymore. Yeah. The word
don't go over there.
In feline world. Yeah. Very quickly, like, don't go there. Yeah.
Kind of mind like that Sandlot dog right now.
Yes. Well, and we have, so Erin, one of my cousins, she knows an elderly woman that just recently passed away, and she has like a 10-year-old cat. That is my heart right there. If I could buy land and have like a ranch that we could rescue the pets and the elderly pets that like this is their person. Don't they already make
that though? Isn't that the whole?
Where? Tell me where.
That place they take in elderly dogs and animals. Jazzy's.
Yeah, Jazzy just did a post yesterday on how incredibly hard it is right now to be able to take care of all the animals that are out there without any funding or any help. Like she's asking for help right now, dog food, money, supplies, anything. So if you guys are from Amador County and you do love pets, Jazzy's Rescue, is that what it's called? We'll put it in the description. We actually interviewed them. And they're in need of help to be able to continue caring for these pets. It's very expensive and very time intensive, and not many people do it. And so I just want one that I can like get all the elders, they're older. And when somebody's going to the pound, they're not usually looking for an old dog or an old cat. And I just want to rescue them. So anyway, Erin, I talked to her. I'm like, okay, there's a chance. Erin's been saying she wants a cat. She's in law school. It's not like she can have a dog that needs a ton of attention and running, but like cats, she's gonna love a cat.
Put the food out, keep the water fresh. You're good.
So especially an older cat. And so I said, Erin, go see him and just see if you like him. And so she was really mad at me because she fell in love with him. And so when she comes home from Austria, then she'll be bringing in.
Are you gonna pick him up Pip soon and like just him or her?
No.
Him?
She's been with him. My cousin has been with him and caring for him. He is with another foster woman who was very close with the woman that passed away. So it's kind of healing for her to have her cat. But when Erin gets home, she'll go get him. And he's just precious. And so I just want a big fat cat. Okay, cats scare me to death. Kittens scare me to death. They get you. You'll be like walking and they jump out and get your feet.
Yeah.
I was
it's
about to
cute
have a
to
heart
watch
attack.
though when they're like little.
Yeah, it's cute to watch, not to have it happen to you. I don't like.
They're
to
not
be
as
scared.
bad as like a dog.
No, yes. Dogs don't scare you.
And it's very quick and easy. It's like a little
terrifying. It's the scariest thing.
Hilarious.
I have a heart attack every time. And so I will be rescuing older cats.
Yeah.
That's what I will be rescuing when we do have the opportunity to have cats. But
bought a lot of land. Guess we're buying a junkyard.
We don't want a junkyard.
No, but then that's where you can put all the dogs.
Yeah, we have to clean up all the junk first. Yeah.
True.
I mean, maybe the thing about Titus was he wasn't like a mean dog. He just had a fear aggression.
Right.
But like he was, oh gosh, and Great Danes sit on the couch with you. So you could be sitting and his butt would sit right here and his feet would be on the ground. Oh, I stinking love that dog. Anyway, one thing I wanted to mention also is just for the pet lovers out there with rentals. When it comes to rentals, you guys, and it comes to pets, my high suggestion is, especially in the state of California, is don't get the animals that are going to be hard to rent the property to, right? An aggressive breed dog. Listen, I love pit bulls. I think they're the sweetest. I have a Connie Corso, for God's sake. Like,
and a
that's
Rottweiler.
also, that's also an aggressive breed dog. Yeah. But Rottweilers aren't necessarily, but they look scary. People think
they're
they
on
look
the breed
scary.
though.
Yeah,
they're on the aggressive breed list.
I am an animal lover, but like wait till you own a house because it's so hard. Or especially like make sure you have enough land.
The problem is right now is that people are buying and having those animals before they get into the rental space or get in the home space or whatever. Like they're buying them with the families and they already have them because it's like they didn't have. You know, when they're living with their family, I don't know what their circumstance is. They're probably paying a lot. So they're like, oh man, I could finally go buy that dog or cat or animal that I really want. And then, okay, now it's time for me to move out and go get a rental. And now I can't because I have 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a parrot.
Or a duck.
Or a duck. What are we doing?
It's very hard.
So is there a way to work around that? I know a lot of people are like, well, let me just talk to him.
No.
If I could just talk to him, we can straighten this all out. I'm like, that doesn't help actually.
Instead of it, they'll make them an emotional support animal.
Yeah.
I want you to know, I believe every animal on the planet is an emotional support animal. Yeah. I know my dogs complete me when I come home, but they'll make them an emotional support animal. And in the state of California, it's actually the only state that right now you actually have to have been being treated by a psychologist for 30 days before they can determine that you're allowed to have an emotional support animal. And you have to renew that every single year. So it is a lot stricter in California to have just because it was kind of running rampant. But it's just difficult. Like you have families that don't want pets on a property for a reason. Generally, it's because somebody's gone in and trashed their home and it's cost them $30,000 to redo their home from a pet. So then they say, we're not going to have any pets anymore. And just because you have an emotional support letter doesn't mean you take care of your animal, you know? So then you have these families that they don't want pets and this person's applying with their pet. It's like they're forcing people, like just find the properties that have pet allowances, you know?
How do you find those properties? Is there a certain website that we should put a website together of properties that are allowing of pets?
Yeah.
Just so people could be like, if I have pets, I know where to go instead of having to try to deep dive search through a ton of property rentals or whatever. And they can't, there's none of them. So they give up and then they just like, well, I just can't do anything. Or then they have to give the pet away or put them in the pound or whatever. And then you don't want that.
No. There are, in our county, we're in Northern California. So we're in a very animal friendly area. Yeah. And I think a lot of it is property managers just having a conversation with the owners when they're meeting them. Like, in our community, you can go, if you have a pet, your pool is this. I'm sorry, if you allow pets, your pool is this. If you don't allow pets, it's this. So like, it really does make a big difference. And so just making sure that we're doing.
Because as a landowner side or a landlord side, you don't really want the pets. They destroy the home. They do a lot of stuff. If it's a bad
parent, owner, my dogs, you can walk into my house and not know I have dogs until you see them. So like it's literally about the owner. And it is, in aggressive breed dogs, like they generally are naturally aggressive. It's not something that, it's not like all of a sudden, we had a half pug, half Shar-Pei. She was called a pug pay. My mom had her and then couldn't keep her. So we took her. And after 3 years old, she was perfect for 3 years. But I learned that like Shar-Peis are like single dog families. Well, we had 2 boxers and we had her and she 2 females, my white boxer and her. And after 3 years old, she just started attacking my white boxer. And it was so crazy. It's like, weird. We don't breed them to be aggressive. We don't, all of a sudden it's like this just came out of her. It was so weird. And so there is just, or you hear about people that'll be friends with this family their whole life. They're 10 years old. They walk over, they knock on the door. They've known this dog its whole life and it attacks them, like there is unfortunately, there's breeding that goes into that. And so it is, I just say in rental world, it's a lot easier if you wait until you own a house, or you wait until you find that place that accepts pets and then you get them.
Yeah.
And that way, because there's a lot of people out there that have a tough time finding properties that way, you know? So anyway, we could talk about pets forever. I have not even scratched the surface on what I'd like to talk about with pets.
So we're going to have to come back for part 2.
We're going to have the part 2 pet talk coming to you soon. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great week.
Like, share, follow, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for the next podcast.
Okay. The views and opinions expressed on Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Divine Properties, their affiliates, sponsors, advertisers, or any organizations discussed on this program. This podcast is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered legal, financial, tax, real estate, medical, or professional advice. While we strive to provide accurate information, we make no representations or warranties regarding its completeness or reliability. By listening to this podcast, you acknowledge that Real Talk with Kandi and Garrett, Kandi Thompson, Garrett Gray, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Divine Properties, their affiliates, guests, sponsors, advertisers, and all associated parties shall not be held liable for any actions, decisions, losses, damages, claims, or consequences arising from the use of or reliance upon any content presented in this podcast.